Wednesdays, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And I have an unusual source for us today for our wisdom, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And hang on, something's waiting to drop in. Okay, so it feels like we need to do a couple of rounds of tapping. And for myself, the rounds are about grounding, being fully present. What else comes to mind? Grounding, being fully present, breathing, that lovely little thing, breathing. Let's take a breath. Mother of pearl, I'm sitting right here and I missed the start. No worries. We haven't even started tapping yet. So not to fret, not to fret. I just my challenge of remembering which day of the week is it? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. So as others start popping in, our practical rebels and maybe a few visitors, that would be lovely. Let's do 2 rounds of tapping, at least 2. We'll see what spirit moves me to do. But the gist being letting go of the things. I've got a big thing on my mind at the moment, but letting go of that for the present moment, being here, being present in the moment, and sending some faith and trust the way that that conversation, when it happens, hopefully later this morning, goes well. Goes well. We all get these opportunities, right? So let us start with the side of the hand, our reset point. The point that tells our nervous system, okay, time to recalibrate, time to settle, to breathe, to move into flow. Inside corner of the eyebrows. And I'm just going to say whatever words come to me. Moving into flow. Outside corner of the eyes, regardless of what's happening in my world and the world. Under the eyes, I choose to remain in flow. Under the nose, I choose to breathe deeply. Let's take a moment and do so. Let it go. Under the mouth, being here now. Collarbone, being right here, right now. Under the arms and around the crown of the head. And take a breath here, and then we'll do another round. And what do you notice compared to before we started the first round? I feel things settling. Looks like someone else has popped on. Nancy, good morning, Nancy. We're just doing a round of tapping, another round of tapping. We've done one just to settle ourselves into right here, right now. I was wondering where everybody was. We're 3 minutes in. Finally, I have two of my peeps here. This is good. All right, so inside corner of the eyebrows. Oh, that feels important. Okay, so let's go with that. Good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Tending and befriending. Outside corner of the eyes. Having our peeps. Under the eyes. It's so important to have peeps. Under the nose. We can build connection at any point. Under the mouth. Community. The joy of community. Collarbone. And sometimes people are difficult. Under the arms. But we can love them where they're at. Around the crown of the head. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. Dealing with people. Inside corner of the eyebrows. We're going to do another round. We're going to do 3 rounds. What the heck, right? So inspiration comes from anywhere and everywhere. Outside corner of the eyes. I look for inspiration in my life. Under the eyes. I allow the difficult and hard times to teach me what I need to know. Under the nose. I can choose to come from a place of love. Under the mouth. Slowing to the pace of my body. Collarbone. Inhabiting fully my body. Under the arms. What stories am I telling myself? around the crown of the head. I choose empowering stories. Nice deep breath in and out. So, today's reading comes from an old issue of Magnolia Magazine. Diane, after her mom passed away, there was a stack of magazines sitting there, mostly Magnolia and what was the other one? I don't even remember. Anyway, she said, "Do you want these magazines?" I said, "Sure." So I've been reading my way through. This is the fall 2023 issue. And as I was reading along and finishing up this issue last night, there was a part toward the back called With Clear Eyes. With Clear Eyes. So, any of you who tend to hang on to your old magazines, if you have the fall 2023 issue of Magnolia, that's where this comes from. And I'm not going to read the actual stories that go along with it. This is the introduction to those stories. But I loved the title, With Clear Eyes, and I loved that it was about the storytelling. And I've just sent to Morgan, my amazing virtual assistant, a blog post that's going to be on my Substack and on my website when she has time. About storytelling. What are the stories we tell ourselves? Because those stories make all the difference in terms of how we incorporate events that happen to us, things that people say, whatever, into our world. And we can choose to change the storyline. We can choose to change the storyline. So in this particular article, they have done interviews with people. Obviously, one is a cancer person, one is a person coming out of an abusive family situation, one lost his life partner, one was having someone making an issue about her. Good morning, Maureen. Glad you're here. Thanks for the sunshine. About her ethnicity. Let's see, someone who had a baby as a teenager. All kinds of the stories that, depending on what we choose to tell ourselves about those stories, has a major influence on our life and how our life unfolds and how we feel about ourselves, etc. We get to choose the storyline. Now, here's the rub. We start learning our storylines from little bitty on. And when we are little bitty, we are by necessity self-focused. Everything that happens is about us. Infants, that's all they can do is us, right? I need to be warm, I need to be dry, I need to be fed, I need to be held, right? And it's all about I. That is not a bad thing. That is an evolutionary gift to human beings. We must be that way to survive. As we get older, significantly older, we begin to have some capacity for considering the other. Oh, mom has feelings too. Mom has needs too. So, from that fertile soil is where we then grow the seeds of our own stories. And those story seeds matter tremendously. So I'm going to read this introduction to this particular article, and then we'll see where it takes us. Spirit will guide. We'll go where we need to go. So, with clear eyes. Maybe the question has never really been about whether you see your glass as half full or half empty. After all, every season is at once fraught with scarcity and blessed with abundance. And how we think. We can work hard, play hard, love hard, and pray for grace, and still the unexpected lands on every doorstep, sweeps in, and changes everything. And in those moments, maybe keeping perspective is about seeing that we have a glass at all and a choice for how we'll fill it. Perspectacles. Remember perspectacles? Yep. So let me read that again. Maybe keeping perspective is about seeing that we have a glass at all and a choice for how we will fill it. That in the midst of owning our reality, we can choose to see opportunity, and in the setbacks or not yets, we find new strength to grow. And think about little good morning, Beth, glad you're here. Think about little kids. When a kid is learning to walk, do they give up on learning to walk even though they spend more time on their butt or their head or their knees or their back or whatever? No. They may stop a little bit and then they get back up and they try again. Try again, try again, try again. Somewhere along the line, many of us decide that trying again isn't our plan anymore. That despite that being hardwired into us, try again, keep going, take another step, learn what you can learn, keep going. We cave into an energy of, well, I'm not going to do that again. I got hurt, so I'm not doing that again. I'm going to seal off my heart. I have one crappy relationship. I'm going to seal off my heart rather than I'm going to learn what I need to learn here, including setting healthy boundaries, um, and move on and move on. Every event in our life is for our edification, is for our learning, is for our growth. Do we choose to see it that way? Do we choose to utilize it that way? When we went over the recent stuff in taking the war out of our words, I found it so helpful to look at those categories of responding, of defensive responding, and ask myself, where do I find myself doing this? Where is this showing up in my life? And what could I do instead? What could I do instead? So here's the second paragraph. The storytellers in the following pages wear no rose-colored glasses. Remember our perspectacles. We don't want the shit-colored glasses, but we don't want rose-colored glasses either. That's like being in a battering relationship and saying, it's fine, it's great, it's just all my fault, no big deal. Not cool, not good for us, not good for them, not good for anybody, okay? We want the clear lenses. We want the clear lenses so that we can see say what's so, and then let it go. Move on. Make your decisions, make your choices, go from there. So the author says, they've chosen something much more tenacious than rose-colored glasses, to look clear-eyed through a lens of hope, seeing not only what is, but what can be. The lenses of hope, what can be. They remind us that we are makers in this life, that we can decide to ask, what wondrous thing can come? What can I dare to create from what I've been given? Oof. Yeah. So if one of you could put that in the feed, I think that would be awesome. What can I dare to create from what I've been given? Think about that. Just let that sit with yourself. Say what's so and let it go. Yes. That actually comes from my Joanne Barnes CD, National Sales Director in Mary Kay, who gave a speech that included that line. She says, I'm not giving you permission to go and tell stories. She said, thank you, Jonelle, I appreciate that. She said, say what's so and let it go. And then she goes, oh, that did rhyme. Say what's so and let it go. She liked that it came out in a rhyme. I liked that it came out in a rhyme. And obviously it's very grabby, right? Yeah. So maybe the question has never really been about whether your glass is half full or half empty, but appreciating that we have a glass at all and a choice for how we will fill it. Now, how will you take that and move forward in your day? What will you do with this? There's 6 of you on here with me right now. By the end of the day, there may be 100 over the course of the platforms, whatever. Some of you may share it with someone else. I would love that. I would love that. But rather than looking at, is my glass half empty or is my glass half full? We have a glass, and how am I going to choose to fill it? We have a glass. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Gwen. Yes. So I just thought this was, and this is called perspective. This is called perspective. We get to decide our perspective. And when it's something that is potentially devastating or initially devastating, we need to allow ourselves the time to just kind of be in it, not run away from it, not try to fix it, but just be in it. Let's say we lose our life partner, they pass away. Allow ourselves the time to just be in it and discern, what do I need right now? Well, I need my person back. That isn't going to happen. What do I have for options? What do I feel? Go into the feeling state. Maybe it's running through your senses to help move you into the feeling state, because we've all done such a good job of dancing around feelings, avoiding feelings, turning everything into anger, whatever, right? So with clear eyes, and when we pose the question to ourselves, what can I dare to create from what I have been given? Wow, that really creates a platform on which we can build amazing things. Amazing things. This is my call for action today. What will you build? What do you dare to create on this platform that you've been given? How can you look at this platform differently? Differently. This is opportunity. This is not obstacle. This is opportunity. So, have an awesome Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including pondering this whole idea. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.